Live from the Shipwreck Studios in sunny 50-degree Burbank, Illinois, the Not Podcast episode. We don't know what the number is because we haven't been keeping track. Good evening, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up?
Just real quick, I was asked to make a announcement because it is coming up on April 30th, which happens to be Walpurgis night.
What is Walpurgis night?
Which
It's
is
funny that
night.
you asked that.
Funny how? Funny haha?
Funny, I make you laugh. Am I a clown?
So tomorrow night, it's Walpurgis night,
What, pray tell, is Walpurgis night?
witches night.
Really?
Yeah.
It is halfway to Halloween.
Halfway to Halloween.
Nice. Very nice.
I was informed of that today after so many years of doing Halloween, just now figuring that out.
Wow.
Better late than pregnant.
Walpurgis night. So any witches doing anything cool?
I don't know. Ask Karen and Michelle.
Don't forget your witch.
Huh?
Who?
Your witch.
Oh. Which one?
The-
The original?
No, that's a bitch.
Yeah. I was going to say.
The OG bitchy witchy.
That one
She's
is.
burning right now.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, so let's move along. All right, what do we got tonight?
I don't know. Now that it's Walpurgis night, now I'm thinking of witches, which makes me think of goth chicks.
Oh, that's hot.
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 All right, I have a little thing that I actually sent you earlier.
Sorry to hear that.
Some people like it that way. You probably don't give two shits about this, but you can tell your witch at home. So I found out today that, the Harry Potter, I'll call it a prequel, remake, whatever you want to call it, the series that HBO's
Reboot is what
Making-
they're calling it.
but it's supposed to be like all the stuff that happens before, right? If I understand that right. Before the movies start.
I'm guessing that's what it is.
Completely new cast.
Ah.
There has been rumblings upon the Harry Potter fans because they casted certain people in roles that weren't that way in the movies. So Snape would be, I don't know, it's a guy, right?
No. Yeah, Snape is a guy, but
He's
a
a
black male.
African-American male.
Yes.
Oh, they didn't go that route, did they? With
Yes.
the DEI Harry Potter.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the new one that I found out today, and I texted Mike, and we both came to agreement that now we will not be watching it because it makes no sense whatsoever, is Voldemort is going to be played by a woman. Yes.
That is.
Why do
sad.
they do that? Why do they do that?
And in the video that they showed it on makes sense. Like, him being a male is like his whole aura, his whole backstory with his mother and his father, and everything about him has to do with him being a male, basically. So it makes no sense whatsoever that they did.
And so does Snape, unless Lily was lesbian.
This is true. I didn't think about that one, but yeah. But I didn't know that they put a woman
J.K.
in.
Rowling totally against all that DEI BS?
Yeah, but I don't know if HBO bought out the entire rights or what they, I don't know. But there's an outcry from all the original actors.
Yeah.
See, I have a problem when they change the entire ambiance of the actor. When they take a guy like okay, you can't take Snape, who was kind of like this vampire-like, pale-skinned, black-haired, almost gothic kind of character that everybody got used to. Oh, now he's a black man. That just does not work. And on the flip side here, it would be like taking, what's that Wesley Snipes, where's the vampire killer?
Blade.
Blade.
That would be like taking Blade and then putting like the dude that plays Thor in that role. It just won't work, or didn't they? They've screwed up so many roles in Hollywood trying to do that, and trying to be like, well, we're going to give this a breath of fresh air. No, you just destroyed it. You ruined it. You made it stupid.
Well, they rebooted Fantastic. This is the one that comes to mind is Fantastic Four. not the newer one, not the one that just came out with the MCU, but before that one, and they had Johnny Blaze as a black kid, but the Invisible Girl was a white girl, and they're supposed to be brother and sisters.
Yeah.
Could it be? I guess, but it just doesn't go with the storyline in the comics.
I don't know, man.
Forever.
I don't know. They just gotta get better at doing this. And I mean, it's like taking Darth Vader and making Darth Vader a female. It's just not going to work.
In a pink.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't do that. It doesn't. It's stupid. Stick to the original script to a certain point. If you want a little creative license or whatever, that's fine. But when you start messing things up like that and just destroying characters and backstories and for what? What's the purpose of this?
Right.
You're
Why
wrecking your
can't they
fan base.
just make something for those people?
Yeah. Create a new character. How about that?
No, that'd be too hard.
Yeah.
know,
Well,
That
that's
means
the,
they have
that's
to
the thing.
think
Is
again.
Hollywood is regurgitating like everything lately.
been that way
And
for a while.
I shouldn't say lately. I mean, over the last years, like I said, on one of our last podcasts, they ruined 21 Jump Street. They ruined Starsky and Hutch. They ruined the Dukes of Hazzard. Those movies could have been greatness, and they turned them into garbage.
Right.
And I just not a fan. When I saw those, my jaw dropped, and I'm like, wow, you really took this franchise and just beat it to death. You just made it stupid, flat out stupid.
And then they wonder why people have a problem or they have so many conspiracy theories against them.
Yeah.
And not that I don't believe that we shouldn't have inclusion, or I don't even know what the words are.
Diversify.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I don't mind that at all. But you're shoving it in our faces in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Make a movie maybe geared towards that. Or make a movie with all these people in it. I mean, they already do that. Why do we have to even go try to make it known that they're doing it?
Well, look at the great franchises. Look at like Harrison Ford, okay, in Raiders of the Lost Ark. They never changed his character up. He remained constant, and that was what people like. Star Wars, same thing. You never saw Darth Vader change roles. You never saw. I mean, new characters came in and out of the series and everything, but the core stayed the same.
Right.
And they didn't mess with the core, and that's what makes them so successful. Mega blockbusters. I mean, it's like Pulp Fiction. Samuel L. Jackson, one of my favorite roles. Man, he plays such a great role in that movie. And if you're going to redo Pulp Fiction and say, hey, we're going to make a contemporary version of Pulp Fiction, if you change him one iota, you just lost the entire ambiance of the movie. He is the movie.
You know, another actor that I think if they start screwing with, and it would be a shame, is Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
How could you cannot replace that man. There is
Right.
no way to replace him.
Well, see, that's where you know he's a great actor. When that movie God came out, remember when he played God?
Yeah.
Everybody was up, well, not everybody, but people were up at arms like, they're making God a black man? And it's like, but it's Morgan Freeman, okay? He's one of the greatest actors of our time.
Right.
And he just nailed the role, nailed it, where people shut up. And and those are what I mean. Those are like the trendsetters that have crossed the boundaries and made people that were on the bubble go, huh, he nailed it.
Right.
It brought more people into the movie, into the whole thing, it made Hollywood better. Certain things do not make Hollywood better. And messing with Voldemort and all that. Now, you're not talking to like the least Harry Potter fan sitting at the table here, but you can't mess with Snape, Snoop, whatever. You can't mess with that. That's just stupid.
Well, the other thing too is, they already said, Dumbledore, not said, they've, his character was written in as gay. Okay. No one cared. No one gave a two craps whether he was gay or not. It wasn't the point. He was already it was already written that way. And what's her name? Who wrote it?
Rollins.
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling.
She wrote it that way, and they kept it and they ran with it. No one had a problem with it.
But I think, well, the hardcore Potter fans that actually read the books would know, but you would not know if you never read the books and just by watching the movies.
Well, if you didn't know that until
Fantastic Beasts.
the Fantastic Beasts series came out, but still,
But by then, everybody already knew it.
right?
Well,
But
how did he come out of the closet as gay?
he never did.
He never
was
did.
Just, it was just
He was never like that in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, at least you didn't know it
right.
in the movie.
But when she
weird.
But in
originally
the
wrote
book,
it,
he
yeah,
was gay.
yeah.
What did she do? Just say like he's gay?
Just things.
I guess
that,
inferences.
yeah.
Huh.
Okay, but no one,
See, I think us, the heavy metal generation, we got over that whole gay stigma, like with Judas Priest. It's like Rob Halford's gay.
I just
Oh.
talked about that the other day with my buddy.
It's like, oh, he is. He's cool. We all love Rob Halford.
right? Absolutely.
Nobody cared. Nobody cared. He was, so
Queen,
Freddie Mercury. Yeah.
Freddie Mercury. Who gave a crap? You know, I mean, it was in Elton John. I mean, come on. I mean, yeah, that's not heavy metal, but still.
Right.
I mean,
right.
who,
And then they took a guy like Rod Stewart and tried to say he was gay, and he wasn't.
right. We're gonna make you gay.
You'll be a big star then.
I remember all the rumors about him, and I remember defending him too, because Rod Stewart was like the reason I got my ear pierced. I thought Rod Stewart was really cool, and he had an earring, so I had to go out and get an earring. And but I remember defending him, and people were like, "Rod Stewart's gay." I'm like, "No, he's not. He's got more women than you'll ever think about."
Yeah.
I mean, and he's still today. He is like the coolest dude. Rod Stewart is awesome.
So I got a funny story about the whole Judas Priest and Rob Halford being gay thing. So when that came out, I was working at Executive Mailing, and my plant manager, we never heard it from him, but everybody thought he was kind of very homophobic. So we would be talking about something or whatever, and if we didn't want him to stick around, we would just start like talking about gay shit. And he would leave immediately. And that would be like the way to get rid of him. So we brought that up one time. We were talking about music because my old boss, John, shout out to John Jazowski, we went to concerts together and hung out together, and that's all we ever did was, hang out and watch videos and concerts and go to see concerts and shit. So
Nice.
so when that came out about Halford, we actually were like talking about it. And my plant manager came over and he just, hey, what's up, guys? And we're like, yeah, and we kept going with the conversation or whatever. And he must not have heard that yet. And he like loved Judas Priest. As soon as we told him that, and he actually found out that it was true, he said he never listened to Halford or Judas Priest ever again. I'm like, you're an idiot.
He missed out on a lot of good music, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah,
It doesn't make a difference in the world. It really doesn't. And to be honest with you, I don't believe all these LGBTQ people are thinking the same way. I don't think that they actually look at Harry Potter and go, that needs to be changed.
Just enjoy it for what it is, for God's sakes. It's art, it's a movie. It's 2 hours of your life. If you didn't like it, you're not getting the 2 hours back, but you don't have to dwell on it forever and make a big deal out of it. And that's what people are doing.
And not
They make
only
a
that,
big deal.
but everybody's in as far as Harry Potter goes, just about every race is somehow in the movie, so that can't be,
Right.
but it's just ridiculous, and Hollywood needs to figure this out. Hollywood's not going away, no matter how hard people might try. They're not going away. We need their entertainment, but they're trying too hard to appease everybody.
But they're stale. They've gotten so stale. And what I mean is, even television, okay, everything is reality TV now, which can be entertaining, but it also can be a complete train wreck. Achoo! It can be a total train wreck. And it's like, it's like, okay, stop with the reality TV, get a show out there that's like really good. But also TV, you screwed yourself, because now, okay, there's a good show out. Say, let's call it
The Not Podcast.
The Not Podcast, right? Well, now I got to go through and find out what channel is it on. Is it streaming? Is it not streaming? Is it on regular TV? Is it
Do
on
they have
cable?
all the episodes?
Do I have all the episodes? And it's like TV has become a pain in the ass. It really has. And it's like, can we go back to 257, 932, 44, 66 and be done with it? Because we don't need all this other crap.
Nope,
And
because
now
there's
it's
no
like-
money in it.
Now there's just too much money in it. I mean, I look at my bill, it's like too much money going on it. Because it's like, okay, I got to get Netflix because I want to watch movies, and Abby wants to watch Karate Kid and some other shows. Then Karen gets Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN or something through Verizon. Then we got DirecTV. So when you add all this up, I'm paying like $250 a month for television.
I don't pay anything.
And then throw your Prime membership in there for Prime TV or whatever, which, now it's got commercials in it. And it's like, wait a minute. I'm paying for this. Take these commercials away.
Yeah.
But now they're really sticking it to you because now you're paying for it and they're throwing commercials in there.
Right.
And it's like, come on, man.
And that's the
get
whole purpose
realistic
of
here.
you buying Prime in the first place, or using Prime in the first place, was because of commercial-free TV.
Right.
And that's why you were paying for it.
Or if it's a good movie, you got to rent it for $2.99 or
Yeah, come on.
$3.99.
Dude, it doesn't even have to be a good movie. There's been times where we would be sitting for like movie night, and we have a bad tendency of like trying to find the worst horror movies that we could possibly find and just laugh about them. We'd find one, and it's like the biggest B movie you can possibly think of, and we'd go to click on it, and it's like, oh, rent it for $3.99. This movie never even made it on videotape, and you're going to have us pay for it?
Well,
That makes no sense whatsoever.
There is a classic movie out there that last time I checked, and it's been a while, it's called Love in a 45. And it's one of the greatest, like, Pulp Fiction genre movies. It's almost like a Tarantino movie, but it's not a Tarantino movie. But it's great. It's called Love in a 45. And I wanted to, every time you got to rent it. The movie's like 20 years old, 25 years old. Why do you have to rent this movie? And it's not even a popular movie. You know what I mean? It was like a cult classic. It's like, come on, man. Let's can we get to free TV already, please? Come on.
Well, that's just,
Ridiculous shit,
We essentially paying for my internet. I do have free TV. It costs you one time, bada bing, you're bada boom. I watch everything and anything, and I enjoy it. I'm not paying all those high cable bills, and it's funny because just the other day, I'm finally getting siding done. Don't know when, but I'm still getting it done. And I took all the old cables off the house just to see what I had extra, and I had probably, I'm going to say, close to 200 feet of coaxial cable.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then 4 satellite dishes on the roof.
Yeah. And I still, the satellite dish is still on the roof, but,
Mine is too, surprisingly. I'm surprised it hasn't blown off yet.
I don't care if mine blows off as long as the bracket stays there and I don't have to fill the holes.
That's right.
But
Yep.
it is, and like you said, the what do you call it? Reality TV. I don't like so much of the reality TV. Like, I do enjoy the ghost hunting ones or educational films, or documentaries. I like those. But all this other reality, I don't need to know the housewives of, whatever it is, Mormon housewives or...
Well,
Name a city, they have one.
They beat
Right.
it to death. It's like they came out with the Real Housewives in New York City, which was actually kind of entertaining because those women were whack jobs and they live in an alternate reality. They really do. And then you had all these women trying to be the Real Housewives of New York City, which was even funnier because it's like, wow, okay. But then they beat it to death. Then it was Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills,
Yep.
Real Housewives of Seattle. It's
How
like,
about having Real Housewives of Burbank, Illinois?
oh God.
That's reality.
There's 6 teeth between them.
Right.
Well, yeah. That's what they should do is do a reality
But
show like that.
after the fact, a lot of these reality shows come out and they're not even real.
Right.
Like, they're fake as shit.
scripted. Well, I used to love, did you guys remember Mountain Monsters?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That when I found out that was scripted, my heart broke, man. I'm like, really? The Mothman's not real? And the Chupacabra? And oh
Oh,
no.
those are real, but the actors are goofy.
Yeah, but that was all scripted. And like I thought when the aliens kidnapped Grandpa Jones or whatever, the dude with they all had them big long
I mean,
beards.
it would explain things, but
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that sucks. But
Grandpa Jones.
whatever his name was.
That was, oh my God, I just said it the other day too as I thought of it. Trapper.
Trapper, yeah, Trapper. Trapper he was awesome. But then you had the one guy that they were like training him, the real big dude who used to fall down all the time.
yeah.
If he running and it'd fall and wipe out.
Or he'd always screw up, wouldn't
Yeah. He would fall down all the time. And then the one guy when he pissed his pants, that was an adventure.
he? It happens.
It happens, you know.
Yeah.
Those
Especially
are good
when
shows,
you see a
man.
chupacabra.
Yep.
Wild Bill.
Wild Bill, yeah. That was a great show. I like Mountain Monsters.
Yeah, it actually started out proper, and then the writers just went crazy.
Off the rails.
Yeah, and that's ruined everything.
Well, did you ever see there was a reality show called Rhino Wars that was on? This was a cool show. It was about a rhino that they were trying to protect, and they were in Africa. It was a bunch of like special ops guys, like Navy SEALs, Airborne Rangers, whatever. They were special ops guys, really highly trained, and they volunteered to go to Africa to protect rhinos from poachers. And something near and dear to my heart that I've always wanted to do, but have never had the opportunity. These guys got the opportunity, so I was glued to this series, and it was cool because the first couple episodes they landed in Africa. They could not bring any weapons with them, so because of the government restrictions. So they had to learn how to use all these like foreign guns and special weapons and stuff that they had. So they got really proficient with them very quickly because obviously these guys were special operators and they're very highly skilled at what they do. So they got really, really well at it. Well, their first time out, they come across the remains of an elephant that was poached. And you could see the one guy he was a sniper. You could see his eyes turned red. Like he went straight from like, hey, I'm on this TV show and we're going to stop poachers to I'm going to kill somebody. So like he was adamant about he wanted blood. He was like, this is the cruelest thing I've ever seen. And I've seen some bad things. And so at the end of, the season goes through and they're tracking these poachers and these poachers are getting close to killing these rhinos and elephants and everything. Well, they finally get them at the end of the last episode. Of course, the way they time it out or whatever, they get them in the last episode, and they're holding them, and they didn't shoot any of them, but they captured them. And the one sniper guy is standing with his foot on the throat of one of these little poachers, and all you hear in the background is this dude gurgling. And every time the camera would pan to him, he would take his foot off the guy's throat. Well, as soon as the camera would pan away, you could hear the he wanted to like break that dude's neck so bad. You could see on his face. But it was funny because I remember, I think I was watching it with Karen, and I told her, I go, he's torturing that guy on live TV and people just can't pick it up, that they don't know what's going on. But every time the camera would pan on him and he would start talking and, they'd be like asking him like, well, did you use your night vision goggles? And he'd be like, yeah, we used our night vision goggles and blah, 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 blah. And the camera would pan away and all of a sudden you just see his foot slowly go back on this dude's throat. It was awesome.
Nice. Yeah. Now that kind of show I can get into. Yeah. I'm sorry, I missed that one.
Yeah, you could probably find it. It's probably streaming out there somewhere. It's called Rhino Wars. It was awesome. It was really a good show. That was a good one. And then that Captain Watson, Paul Watson, that does Sea Shepherd, those guys were kind of cool when they messed with the Japanese whaling fleet. They used to ram the boat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that guy, he's definitely a no fucks given kind of guy.
Well, there's definitely some reality TV shows that are, like I said, fun to watch or educational or I don't know if you should say, like scripted ones, but, I haven't found any supposed unscripted ones that were any good.
Well, that's why I like Sea Shepherd. That was good. I liked Rhino Wars. Some of these, when they first came out, like 90 Day Fiancé was hilarious, but then they got stupid. Like they really got like stupid people on there that were just, they weren't funny. they were kind of hurtful. They were mean. You know, it was just like, nah, I don't. There's too much of that in the world. I want TV. I want to do one of two things. I don't want to watch John Wick type shit and get my aggression out as I'm sitting on the couch eating my popcorn, or I just want to laugh. I just want to laugh. I want funny stuff.
Yeah, I agree 100%. You know, and I watch. You know, I'm a big British TV watcher, and one of
Hold on a second. So I just looked it up, and it says you can find Rhino Wars on YouTube, Fandango at home, Amazon Prime, and Apple TV, and each one of them costs like $1.99.
Oh, nice.
So
But if it's on regular YouTube, it's not going to cost you anything.
Right.
It's not YouTube TV. Or on your streaming box, you probably could find it under a TV series.
Yes, I will look for it.
Yeah, Rhino Wars. It's pretty awesome. But the one dude I'll never forget.
I'll just fast forward right to the end so I can see the guy getting tortured.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
pretty funny.
No, I like I said, even the ghost hunting ones, you have to watch the right show, because although some of them may not be scripted, some of them are extremely embellished. And now that I do this, I'm going to say semi-pro, not for a living, because I am certainly not making any money, but I am spending quite a bit on it.
Intervention.
Yes, whipping me or something. But anyway, you know, I look at some of the shows and say, wow, that is BS. And there's one in particular that's a big name that is, you know, in my opinion, BS. But there are a few good ones out there, fun to watch. And not every episode something happens. See, all of a sudden, these TV people believe that people won't watch something because nothing's happening. That's called real life. That would be reality TV. That would be reality. And not every time have we ever gone out to a ghost hunt. I prefer ghost investigation because it sounds more professional. But, you know, ghost hunt that we don't get anything. That's reality. You know, good TV doesn't have to be, you know, spoon-fed. It has to be natural. Now, if you're making a sitcom about it, that's one thing. And there was a couple sitcoms that I enjoyed. I laughed my ass off. I knew it wasn't real. I didn't expect it to be real. But, you know, these real ones that they're claiming to be real, leave it alone. Let what happens happens. One thing is, I don't care about the housewives. I have my own that I'm worried about, and that's it. I don't need to know about somebody's family. Like, what was that with the little girl and down south people?
Oh, Honey Boo Boo?
Honey Boo Boo.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Hot mess.
Yeah.
Right, a hot mess. Total hot mess.
That I cared not about one bit. And anything in that realm I didn't care about. This Beast guy, all of a sudden he came out of nowhere and he's making tons of money. Don't know who he is, and he's far from being a beast.
Mr. Beast?
Yeah, Mr. Beast.
I have to admit, I did watch the first season. It was kind of entertaining, actually.
He actually makes really good chocolate.
I would like to see him make chocolate.
Yep, his chocolate bars are amazing.
His.
Well, he throws his name on it.
I digress. Yes, he puts his name on, just like those suitcases that you can buy now for the kids to play with. Really?
Samsonite?
That's him.
Oh.
Suitcases for the kids.
Yeah, supposedly they got some type of, suitcase or, action figure, if you will. That's a suitcase and stuff comes in it. I don't know what's in it, but, he advertises it at toy stores or toy aisles. We have no more toy stores like we did when we were growing up, which is a damn
digress.
shame.
Yes, we do, and we have to make a trip to, I think it's Canton, Ohio. There's a place called Toy Kingdom. This place is like, you got to look at the video. There's a video on YouTube of this Toy Kingdom. It's in Ohio, I believe. And it's like walls and walls and walls of Star Wars toys. All the He-Man stuff, if you're into He-Man. Battlestar Galactica. It's like, holy cow. It's like an old Toys R Us. And I was reading the comments of the video. and people were saying, they're like, oh, this is how Toys R Us used to be and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, we grew up with toy stores. These kids today don't have any toys. You know, they got with Target or Target or Walmart, the toy section. We need a toy store, damn it.
You know,
I thought I heard that Toys R Us was coming back.
You know, I don't know about you, but when I couldn't wait for Christmas. And
oh, hell yeah.
You know, we used to get the Sears catalog. We used to get, which I really miss nowadays, is the service merchandise.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love
and
service
McDade's. McDade and service merchandise. And the Sears catalog. And I think maybe JCPenney.
Hey, you know, while we're on that topic, let's do a little tiny moment of silence for Pete C. I think his name's like Castanis. He did the Vanish Chicagoland
oh, yeah, I saw that yesterday.
podcast and Facebook page, which was really good. And he used to post all those pictures like a service merchandise, McDade's, Goldblatt's.
He had Old Chicago on there.
Woolworth's, Old Chicago. Yeah, he passed away from cancer earlier this week. So just a shout out and a moment of silence for him and a little recognition for making the world a better place with his social media. Rest in peace. But yeah, he was good. I mean, those are names that, man, I mean, kids today don't know what it was like. We grew up in, like, I think honestly the last great time in time.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, we had the mix of everything.
We had great music, great TV. Nobody was uptight. Nobody was offended. For God's sakes, we grew up on Sanford and Son, and you know, I mean,
All in the Family.
All in the Family.
Jeffersons.
Archie Bunker, the Jeffersons, Three's Company. You know, all the good shows. Adam 12, Starsky and Hutch, Emergency, Land of the Lost.
Now that it's funny that you're bringing that up because I just started watching the Dukes of Hazzard, the original one, and I'm my very first episode. I did not know this, and I've probably seen every Dukes of Hazzard out there since day one. I don't recall it, so that's why I'm rewatching it. But what was really ironic was Starsky and Hutch ended earlier that year. And then Dukes of Hazzard started near the end of the year, and they used the Starsky and Hutch car in the Dukes of Hazzard. So
really?
So the actual Starsky and Hutch car is in the very first episode of the Dukes of Hazzard.
What is it, like parked on the street or something?
No, they driving it. Somebody's driving it.
Really?
Yeah.
Little cameo.
Little spoiler on there too is as they're having a car chase through the town of whatever Hazard County town or whatever, as there's a car chase involving the General Lee comes around the corner and goes past the General Lee parked on the side of the road.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of.
One with and one without Confederate flag.
I looked at that and went, okay, that's interesting. I mean, it was interesting to see what was put in front of our faces back then, and no one ever paid attention to it.
Yeah.
You know, and about 4 or 5 episodes in, if people today, the younger generation, want a shock of their life, they should turn on, I think it's episode 5 of the Dukes of Hazzard, the original episodes, and they'll be in for a shock because what is said and pictured in that episode, no one in their right mind would try that today. And when we were growing up, it was everyday conversation. I still don't see anything wrong with it, minus maybe one word. But other than that, it's the truth. And guess what? The truth hurts. But yeah, it's something to check out if you get a chance.
It's not the video that you sent me, is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which one is that?
The episode that he's talking about for Dukes of Hazzard.
I thought I sent it to you.
I don't know. I might have. I might have watched it.
Okay.
I watch a lot of crap.
It's just things that, today are more than frowned upon, but it was conversation nonetheless back in the 70s and the 80s. Everyday conversation. No one, and I repeat, no one ever got offended by it. No one. Not even the people they were talking about.
Yeah. Well, we live in a society of wuss-wusses today. We really do. Everybody, and the problem, honestly, is nobody gets punched in the mouth anymore.
Yeah.
So everybody walks around uptight thinking they can talk shit and be a bully and mess with people. And I got a list, man. If that ever becomes legal and you get to pop, I got a list.
You
man.
just made the list.
You made the list.
Not the Chris Jericho.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some dipshits that
Yeah.
need to get popped. But
Smackaola.
yeah, slap yourself. You take out your hand and slap yourself.
Wonderful. Wunderbar.
My name is Sam Urai.
Nice. That's the other thing. What do we have else? What else do we have? I can't speak today. My tide is tongued.
Oh, well, you know what? I think on our Minute to NASCAR, Carson Hocevar.
Oh, that man. That was
Once
funny.
he figured it out, the best celebration ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was funny. He did not get fined today. The president of NASCAR came out and said, we're not going to fine him. We wish he would have, exercised a little bit more caution. And we got
Nobody
a
was
little
around
scared.
him.
Well, he almost backed himself into the wall and crushed himself. But you knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
He had it planned. You can see he had it planned, and it wasn't working to plan
Right.
at first, and then
He
finally
had that
fixed-
plan for a really long
Well,
time.
he said he thought it out for years. That was what he wanted to do.
Really?
And he knew what he wanted to do. And I guess he's like super tall. He's like 6'4".
Yeah, he
And
is.
he's got like really, really long legs. And he was like, I can make this work.
When it happened, I'm telling these guys, I'm like, how is he pressing the gas? He's sitting on the door jamb.
Yep.
How the hell is he reaching the pedal?
Long legs.
Well, we're used to Tyler Reddick type of drivers.
Yeah. He can't reach the pedal even if he's sitting in the seat.
Right.
Yeah.
They have to put the pedal extenders on for
Yes.
him. But no, Carson Hocevar, man, what a wonderful way to win a race.
Between him and Cletus, man, I think they're working on bringing the sport back, man. They really are. I'm kind of really intrigued with this younger generation of drivers. I'm a big Gregson fan. They had Gangster Granny out at Talladega
I saw that.
all weekend. There were videos being posted of Gangster Granny with Noah Gregson hanging out.
Yeah.
And then she was hilarious. I don't know if you've never seen Gangster Granny on social media, she is awesome.
I was surprised that she was actually smiling at the track.
Yeah. I think it was brought up on it.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was a good run, man. Carson Hocevar. My dad would have loved that kid.
Yeah, he's a different type of driver. He's a different type of driver. He's more cheery. He's more upbeat.
He's more, I don't care what you think of me. He's got Earnhardt, man. He's got Earnhardt blood.
But the difference is, his way of doing it is different than Chastain's way that he was doing it.
Right.
He was just running over people and didn't give a shit.
Right.
Oh yeah, Carson has a intellect.
Hocevar's not like trying to piss people off.
No, he's the good guy of wrestling.
Yeah, but he doesn't care if he pisses people off. That's what I think.
Exactly,
it
but
is.
he's not
like,
trying to do it.
If he pisses people off, he's like, I pissed you off. You'll get over it.
Right. But again, like Lou's saying, he's not out there intentionally trying to do it. And Chastain did.
I don't know. Chastain is Chastain's aggressive. I like Chastain. He's not my top 5, but I like Chastain. I really like that one move he did where he rode the wall and passed all
the
those
video
cars.
game move?
Yeah, the video game move. That was classic.
And Hamlin didn't really like that too much.
Yeah, well, Hamlin gets screwed a lot. He really does.
He does.
He gets screwed a lot.
It's the Hamlin curse.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't really feel sorry for him because he's not my top 10 either. But yeah,
Really?
I like him, but he falls in like the Matt Kenseth zone with me.
Top 10 now or top 10 all time?
Top 10 now. Yeah, he would probably be right outside of that top 10. But never Hamlin, Kozlowski, never got into those guys.
I've never been, and it's not that I'm not a fan of Keselowski. I just never, he's probably my top 20. But Hamlin's definitely up there with me. I mean, he is an awesome driver. He is an awesome asset to the sport.
Oh, without a doubt.
So, I would have to say that he's, one of my top 5.
Yeah, he's definitely, he falls into like what I refer to as the Matt Kenseth realm with me, where I really like him. I like when he wins, I don't feel bad. I think he deserves it. And he's a great driver. That's like Kenseth was, and like Biffle was. Biffle was another guy that was like
The Biff.
Yeah, the difference though, look how many times Hamlin was winning and got taken out by something stupid.
Yeah.
Bubba.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's like there's wowsy, woo woo.
Does Hamlin have a championship?
Nope.
No. That's what he is driving for this year. He traveled for it last year and didn't get it. And I believe that it's my opinion that if he doesn't get it this year, he's going to quit. I think,
Well, the way the rules are now, that it's points and stuff, it's like suited for him.
Right. I mean, and as long as he keeps staying up front, he has a good shot at it. But we know Hamlin, and something's going to befall him. And, he has had a series of bad luck in the last year. And I just don't mean in NASCAR personally and, what have you. But we know Hamlin, and something is going to befall him, and he's going to not make the championship again.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that because, like I said, he is one of my top 5 drivers. And I have followed him from years. I can't say from the beginning, but for years I have followed him. I watched him. He's a very educated driver. He knows he knows how to save tires. He knows how to save fuel. And a lot of these guys, the crew chief will say, hey, we need to save tires and we need to save fuel. And I'm out of tires. Well, I thought you said to save gas,
Yeah.
So, he's one of my top 5. But Carson Hocevar, wow, he's a different animal.
Yeah, he's awesome. I like that kid. I really do. I like him. I like Gregson. I still am fans of some of the old school guys, like Bowman. I like Alex Bowman. The other
It's weird that to hear somebody say that he's an old school guy.
Yeah, Bowman's been around for a while. He's got to be 6-7 years into it now.
Yeah. Definitely.
6
years.
I mean, he won a Chicagoland, and I know he's over 3 or 4 years because they took that race away. So he was 2 years into it. So he's a 5-year driver, 5 or 6 years he's been in the sport. But Gregson, I love Gregson. I always did. Gregson's a good.
No, he's not a bad driver. He's he's up and coming. I wouldn't say after watching Carson Hocevar. I don't know if he has the same skill set as Carson does, but they're close.
You give him good equipment. He needs good equipment.
Everybody needs good equipment, but
that's the thing. I'd like to see Noah back in a top tier ride, and see what he actually can do. I would like to see that.
But who's going to pick him up?
Well, he had one of those blunders where he said something stupid, and then the legacy. That's why I'm not a fan of. I'll always be a fan of Richard Petty, always. But now with Legacy Motorsports, what they did to Noah, I thought was ridiculous. And I'll support Eric Jones, but I will not support that team. That was bullshit. Noah did not deserve to lose his ride.
Well, Larson had the same thing happen to him.
Yeah, and you know what? Look at Larson. Hendrick picked him up.
Yep.
I mean, what would happen if Noah would have been in a Hendrick car after that? You know what I mean? There's only a couple teams that are like really, really good racing teams out there right now. 23XI, Hendrick. The Roush cars can still compete. Penske, but some of those. But it's nice. It's nice to see some of these other teams winning now.
Yeah.
I just wish Eric Jones had win another race. You know, he won it when Petty was still owner. But yeah, that legacy and Jimmy Johnson. Like, why did you hire Jimmy Johnson? Why?
Because he has money, and he's a 7-time champion.
That just cringe. That's cringe for me. That's just cringe.
Yeah, but what you're saying doesn't make any sense, so I'm not going to listen. Period. End of sentence. Anyway, move along.
Yeah, that's just cringy.
Let's just throw Logano in there.
Yeah, shut up, stupid. You're axing for a fight.
Yeah, why'd Dipshit shave his head? Was he losing his hair or something?
Yeah, Lou, why'd you shave your head?
Somebody told
No,
me
he has alopecia.
He's got what?
He's got alopecia.
He's got alopecia.
When did he start dating Lapisha?
Damn.
Probably is.
All right.
Alrighty then.
Ed's dental bill is going to get.
How did he get alopecia at his age?
He's had it.
He's had it.
What? Okay, I'm not even going to go there.
He's been hiding it for years.
See, why hide it?
Oh, well, that's why he shaved his head, because he said, "Oh, I'm done hiding it."
He actually looks decent. You know, he actually looks decent.
Look how long it took me to realize that my hair was gone, and I shaved it. I mean, I look like Cookie the fucking clown.
You do. I do have a picture on my phone where you do look like Paul Blart.
Paul Blart.
Marl Cop.
Paul Blart.
Did you ever see the Paul Blart picture, Lou?
Paul Blart.
I think so.
We did
Yeah,
it
but
side by
Paul
side.
Blart had hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you had hair, though.
Yeah, but I didn't have much of it up there.
Hey, what do they say? Grass doesn't grow on a busy street.
No, you ain't lying. You know
Dead end.
You know how I wore it out, right?
Oh, yeah.
I got married. Son of a bitch. God damn. There we go. Son of a bitch. That's happened again. What the hell are you doing? Yep, I wore it out. That's all.
Oh, marriage will kill you.
Yeah, it will. And so will taxes.
Unless you save yourself.
Did you get your tax bill or something?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how my old dipshit people I work for can write everything off and I can't write off a damn thing.
Because you're not corporate.
You're not using the same, what do you call it?
Well, I'm going to start the Corporation of Ed.
Yeah.
You know, and then what's funny, though, is then you go to write off legitimate stuff. Like, I had some legit, and they're like, you know, if you write that off, that kind of triggers. Hey, fuck that. Triggers what? I'm writing off $250. You got corporations writing off $2.5 million. And,
Trigger this.
Trigger this.
Right.
I got your trigger for you, bitches.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
This rant has been brought to you by Ed Golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and then it always seems like they change the taxes right before tax season.
Right.
Well, that's so you don't have time to prepare.
Right. You can't make shit up.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Between taxes and the dipshit war and the cost of goods, everything is skyrocketing again. Did you see the prices on some stuff? Like on everyday items is just
Dude, the other day I went past Speedway. This I never understood. Maybe one of you guys could answer that. Went past Speedway. It was $4.93 a gallon.
Yeah.
And then down the street, that's now BP. It was like a Tiger Gas, like Exxon thing, and they changed names or whatever. It was like 50 cents cheaper.
That's because the energy companies are screwing us royally. Okay, the gas that's even in the ground isn't even from remotely close to the timeline of the Iran war.
no.
Right.
So that gas was developed, purchased, refined, everything months ago.
Right.
Actually, to be honest with you, if you really look at this whole thing, nothing has to do with the war.
No, it has to do with greed.
It is. It's corporate greed and political greed. And it has nothing to do with the war. I don't care what anybody says. It has nothing to do with the war. Absolutely nothing. Now, with that being said, even the prices of food and everything else has nothing to do with the war.
No.
The government can blame it on whatever they want, but it has nothing to do with it. It's greed.
Yep.
100%.
There's no reason why I go to Jewel and okay, the Reese's that they have at the counter. That's how they got like the candy right before the register.
The Reese's that don't
shit's
taste like
been
Reese's.
sitting there. Yeah, the Reese's that taste like plastic. It's been sitting there for months. Well, why did the price go up on it? Because you paid less for that, but you just raised the price on it again.
Yep.
There's been like 3 increases on like the stuff right by the registers. I've been watching it, just to amuse myself. And I'm like, this stuff, you bought this, say you paid 10 cents for it. Now you're paying 15 cents for it, but you raised it to $1.50. I mean, the markup is ridiculous on this stuff. It's like, how much is enough, man?
Pay attention to the cashiers when they don't have anybody in their line. They got the Swiffer out dusting that shit off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, why is there dust on candy?
Right. Well, because nobody's buying it for the prices they're selling it anymore.
No, absolutely. And it's not only that, but again, we've had this conversation before. It doesn't taste good.
Yeah. Well, that's
And I can't buy meat at a certain particular Albertsons company store because, and they'll say they don't do it. Bullshit. I'm allergic to preservatives. And guess what? I get sick every time I get a meat from their store. Sick. I wonder what the problem is. I can go over here.
Cooking again?
No, because I do the meat.
Oh.
Don't you start with that. I'll smack you like a redheaded stepchild.
Okay.
But never mind. You might like that.
Something different.
Yeah. I just don't. I'm at the point where it's just disgusting. It's just absolutely disgusting.
Well, here, why is the price of beef and pork and chicken going up when they are local products? We're not importing them. They have nothing to do with the tariff unless those cows are European cows.
Well, because the fertilizer comes from the Ukraine that they use to fertilize the stuff that they use to feed the chickens.
The fertilizer is coming from the government.
Well, no, it comes from the Ukraine, and actually, supposedly, it comes from the Middle East. Like, there's a ton of fertilizer comes from the Middle East.
Why?
Like,
we got cow shit.
Right. I don't understand it either. But, yeah, I mean...
I should be paying like $25 for a thing of coffee.
Yep. Well, my cold brew stuff went up $1 for, it used to be $8.99, now it's up to like $10.99.
Well, Juan Valdez isn't picking it fast enough.
Well, he's not from Iran.
Oh.
Yeah. Last I saw, we don't get coffee from Iran.
Exactly.
And they don't travel through the Strait of Hormuz to bring coffee here. That would kind of be stupid.
Why do they call it Arabica?
Well, they keep their Arabica coffee. Arabica
That comes from
or
Saudi
whatever.
Arabia.
Yeah.
Huh?
That comes from Saudi Arabia.
Oh.
Put it on a plane. Fly it over here.
Then the tariffs will be in effect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the tariffs was another genius idea.
Yeah, well,
Every
country does it. What are you talking about?
We were doing it too, but then we got stupid.
Do you expect anything else? We're not going to get smarter.
Oh, God. You disagree with the president, and the next thing you know, 500% tariff on that, or 50% tariff on that.
And then he gets squashed. And,
and then what do they call him? Taco? Trump always chickens out. It's like then at the last minute, our taco president would be like, "Oh, okay, just a 10% tariff."
Well, that was
We're
like that
million% tariff on anything from China, and then China would be like, "Okay, you'll do without your cell phones then, and your computer chips, and your everything, and your electronics and everything." Okay, 10% tariff.
Well, that was like when he said about the ceasefire. Oh, we're going to give him 2 weeks. 2 weeks came, and then it was, well, we're going to put the ceasefire in. Like, they didn't even leave it up to him because, he didn't want to.
Well, what's funny about it is he keeps saying, he goes, "They've offered a wonderful package. It's much better than the other packages." And then the people from Iran are like, "We haven't even spoke to him. We haven't offered him anything."
We don't
So
even
it's like what is the truth here, man? What's going on here?
well, the problem is there is no
And
truth.
you got Hegseth. Oh my God, that dude's a total train wreck.
It's not independent.
It's just like, you got a National Guardsman here developing war plans for the Third World War. I don't think we're going to win with that guy in charge. I got my doubts.
Yeah, I don't really follow any of that and don't care.
It's like comedy. It really is.
You want reality
even
TV?
The German chancellor, I think it was today or yesterday, said, "Yeah, the United States, they just went into this kind of like without a plan." You got another first world superpower just basically saying, "You dipshit screwed this up."
There was another comment made about that, and I forgot the rebuttal, but the rebuttal was more along the lines as it's called a surprise.
But they came in guns blazing, and then they just did not have a follow-up plan for it. It's like I was watching this video the other day, and it was like, we have these multi-billion-dollar battleships, right? We have these multi-billion-dollar like weapons and our jets and everything else. They're fighting us with $70 fucking drones, man, and they're actually keeping us at bay. Our aircraft carriers, if they do a drone swarm of like 1,000 drones at one time, something's going to get through and hurt our aircraft carriers. So they pull those aircraft carriers are way out in the ocean again, because they're like, we got to stay out of range of the drones. Well, yeah, you got $1 billion aircraft carrier with billions of dollars of ammunition and weaponry and everything else on here, and you're scared of a $70 drone? Who's the dummy here?
They should have knocked down their Walmart, and they couldn't have bought all the drones.
Right. And I guess Iran just keeps cranking these drones out. They got these underground factories, so they're building like thousands of them. And it's like, and they're basically that little, it's like the Davy and Goliath thing, man. You got the big battle armor thing, and you got a dude with a slingshot, you know?
Yeah.
And it's scary. It's really scary, because they've taken simplicity to a whole nother level of war that nobody thought about.
No, I mean, it's not that they haven't, but we're putting more money into our drones and making bigger drones and better drones and not using them.
Well, they're just different. The drones that they're using, those Shahed drones, they're getting through the Iron Dome in Israel. They've proven themselves that it's a viable weapon, which is scary. And and now you got engineers here. I bet like Lockheed Martin and all those companies that do all that research and development are kind of scratching their head, going, we got to come up with something completely different.
Well, here's funny thing on that drone thing. Okay, I own a particular brand of drone, and as of October or August of last year, no, I'm sorry, of December 25th of last year, they have been banned in the United States because they are a Chinese-made drone, and supposedly because they can report back to China, the government felt that they needed to ban them, because what happens is if I plug my drone into my computer and let's say I have a problem with my drone will communicate with China, with the manufacturer, and if it's a software error or what have you, it's a possible fix. Okay. So they are saying, well, if they can do that, then they can spy on us, because they can look at, let's say, I go up and I take pictures of, a highly secretive area, not knowing that I'm doing this, but I inadvertently take a picture of a highly secretive area, and I all of a sudden develop a software problem. I plug it in, say, hey, this is what's going on. They come back, they can see what's on my drone. Okay. Now, the likelihood of that actually happening is probably nil. The funny thing is, tell me what other country other than China creates as much electronics as they do.
Taiwan and Japan.
Okay, and they can't spy on us?
Nope.
Well, here's the problem is, I've seen your drone, and it's a nice drone, but I highly doubt that your drone is capable of giving up national secrets, where China has, once again, billion-dollar satellites floating around in space that can read the label of a cigarette pack from outer space. I don't think they need your drone.
No.
Okay? This is how stupid the government can be. And I mean, you want to close loopholes like that and everything, but they're getting a little ridiculous with some of this stuff.
And most of the drones that are out there that they have banned are helping law enforcement, fire, rescue, because they are capable of doing things that the regular drone companies in the United States and other companies cannot.
Well, here's the problem. We don't manufacture anything here anymore. We don't have a drone factory.
Hence the tariffs.
Third world country Iran has a drone factory that cranks out billions or hundreds of drones a day or whatever. We can't even build a paper airplane here anymore.
You want to hear
Ask a kid today to build a paper airplane.
paper what?
Yep.
What's paper?
Right, exactly.
So
Try to
here's
fold
here's the
his
funny
iPad.
thing is, there's a company out there called Altel. They are another drone company. Okay, the drones are made in the United States. Completely made in the United States. They are a very nice drone. They do everything that this other company does. And you want to know why? Because they bought the rights to it from the company that innovated the technology.
Yep.
How come that's not a problem?
It's, I don't know, man. It's because politics gets involved with it,
Yeah, but
Tell me that whole Twitter thing didn't have the influence. They were trying to ban TikTok to eliminate the competition for Twitter when Musk bought Twitter. Then he renames it X, formerly Twitter.
Yeah.
Just call it Twitter, dipshit. What did you do that for?
Because he wants to put his own name on it.
Right.
It's Racer X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It just but the silliness of, we are worried about somebody flying a drone over other problems that we have in the United States.
Oh, people are getting pissed about drones, though. Like, people are flying them in their backyards and flying them over other people's backyards, and people are like, I want to shoot that drone down, and they go on social media. Some asshole was flying a drone over my house the other day, and it's an invasion of my privacy, and blah, 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 blah. It's going to be once these things get to be where every household has one, you're going to see, like, drone wars between
Then you can have
neighbors
dog
and shit,
fights.
you know?
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing.
I know Mike's can take out the corner of the house.
Shut up, stupid. With your guidance.
All I did was walk.
Can yours actually, like, drop things on people and stuff?
No, it's not big enough for it. But there is a brand, the same company does make those. Mine is, mine's old school. But
I want to do like back in the day when we used to throw dog shit over people's fences and stuff like that. I want to do that with drones now. I think that would be.
Oh, you can buy the drone that already has the grabble hook and everything else.
Yeah, I want to be able to fly over somebody's house and drop dog shit in their yard.
Walmart delivers with drones.
That would be freaky.
Oh yeah,
I'd keep the drone, man. I'd be like, dive on it.
Oh no, because it drops it and goes, man.
My eggs! You broke my eggs!
It's a drop and run, man. No, they're an awesome technology. They're fun, as long as you don't get in the way of an airplane. That would be bad. But yeah, no. Here's the thing about responsibility of the owner. Okay, be respectful. It's simple. Be respectful. I take video and I go up high enough where I'm not buzzing somebody's, backyard. I'm not peeping in on somebody's suntan. Oh, that is a good idea. Roof that what? And most of the video, or I take video because it's easier. Most of the video or pictures, I look at it and go, yeah, that's fine, and I throw it away. Now, when I'm up at the cottage, I take pictures of the lake, the whole lake. So I'm not focusing on one bikini or the
Bullshit.
other. No, I've got the pictures. I can prove it.
He stays at the beaches a lot.
He's got there's his file, and then there's the deleted file.
Yeah.
Right.
Semi-deleted.
You do know I can take off from the boat.
Yeah.
I have done that. And it's a little dangerous. That boat's not big enough for that damn thing, but
How does it know where to come back?
I have to fly it back.
Oh.
It gets close, and then it goes, oh, okay, which one is it? 1,000 pontoons down there. Oh, there's the fat ass.
Yeah, what's that slapping noise coming from the pontoon boat? Oh, that's Mike and his drone buzzing the tiki boat.
A flounder.
Yeah, see, and that's the other thing. My drone is not quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, I could hear that thing like way up there.
You know, and although if I change the blades, they do have quieter, but it's a noisy son of a gun. But, you know, be respectful. It's that simple. You know, you don't have to get down on top of. First of all, if you want to zoom in, they have a zoom. If you don't want to be known, fly up high enough.
Yeah.
Simple. And
That's funny.
you know, you have the ignorant neighbor. You know, maybe that neighbor pissed off the other neighbor, and that's why they're doing it because they know it's aggravating.
Yeah, I just want to drop dog shit. That's me and my friend.
Maybe that's what Iran's trying to do
Rick,
to our
we
aircraft
used
carriers.
We had this neighbor that he was a total ass, and we used to go clean up Lucky's dog shed, and you know we'd have it in the old Wonder Bread bags, and it'd be like fly through the air. And it would go like, and then we'd hear it hit the garage roof, and then like, roll down the other side. We're like, yeah, those were the days.
Oh, you know, speaking of that, we never did the dog shit thing, but years ago,
Well, you could get a good launch because you got the dog shit. It's about the size of a baseball, maybe bigger, depending on what Lucky ate. And then you got all that tube from the Wonder Bag where the loaf of bread was. So you really get that, what do they call that, centrifugal
Momentum?
force going,
Oh,
man.
okay. Momentum.
And when you launch that thing, you could put it on the back porch if you were lucky, man, and the wind was right. You'd hit the back porch.
Yeah, well, we never did all that, but years ago, in this town, there where my brick company pulled out from, from the front, from their house. Across the street was a neighbor, and I know that she's long gone by now. She was old back then. So I can talk freely about this. She was, what do they call those? Not a witch, but
Like a shut-in?
no, she wasn't a shut-in. She just was nature and, you know.
Hippie?
Hippie.
A
Okay.
tree hugger?
No, she wasn't really a tree hugger, but she burned plenty of those. She was holistic, if you will. Okay, so she was highly into spirits and
Keyword high.
yeah, keyword is high, all right. But you know, she'd go out there and she'd bang pots if she felt something was bad, or you know, she had a bad omen or something like that. So one day we're out there, we're watching, we're on the front porch. You know, we got done with work, and we would all go over and, you know, sit and chew the fat, if you will. And so she's out there, and all of a sudden, something must have got her goat, and she's out there banging the pot and, you know, doing a chant or whatever. Well, I had a really nice fishing pole with us and some weights. And I said, hey, when she goes up, she used to go out every day for a couple hours. When she goes out, we're going to rig this up. So the next day came along, she went out, and we went over and we rigged up what we were going to rig up. And we went over to the porch and we were sitting like we normally do. So she comes home from whatever she's doing. I don't know. I don't think she had a job. I just think, you know, she'd just go out and grocery shop or something. She comes home, and we know when she's in the house and she's all settled. Okay. We wait for dusk, and dusk comes along, and what I had rigged up was I put a weight on the fishing line, ran the fishing line through the trees down to her front door. So the front door, when you pulled the fishing line, it would knock on the front door.
Nice.
And then you pull the fishing line nice and taut, it would bring the weight up to the eye hook that I put in above the door, and you couldn't see it. So we pulled the string a couple times, and you see her peeking out the front door, or the front window, looking both. What was that? She goes back in again, you know. We did this about 5 or 6 times. Finally, she comes out. She's got candles. She's got pots and pans.
The biggest pots you could possibly find.
Gallon of holy water.
She's got some type of rug. She's out there. She's got all kinds of things around her neck. Looked like a bunch of lays from Hawaii.
Garlic and shit.
Oh, yeah. And she's out there cross-legged and holding her hands up just like, Kama Sutra going on here. She prays and everything else. Well, it goes away for a couple days. Well, it was back about a week later. Same thing happened. So every 5 days, she was out there banging pots and pans.
That's funny.
Neighbors are out looking at her. We don't know what's wrong with that tree.
The main thing is they lift it up in the tree for weeks.
Oh, yeah. Because it was perfect. It was a perfect scenario. Trees on both sides of the street and in front of the house. So with all the trees going there, the fishing line was never seen.
Yep.
And it was high enough, and we just left it on the front porch. And, back then, you can leave things on the front porch, and they'd be there the next day. Oh, that's nice. I got a nice, spam risk. No kidding. Hey, Anthony Herrera, I'm going to put you out here on the
put him on
podcast.
speakerphone. Put him on speakerphone.
Yeah. I don't know how to do that.
Answer it. Just
answer it, and, hey, how's it going? You're on live on the Not Podcast. Oh, I should have.
Oh, I would definitely borrow money from Anthony.
Well, I think I can lend him some money.
Yeah, right?
Anthony calling at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night going, hey, call me back. I'll give you money.
Yeah.
I just need to work out a few details.
Wow. Well,
like your credit card number.
Right. Anthony's going to get a little...
God. We had this lady that lived on our block. She was the old lady Cotil. And Mrs. Cotil was mean. And she was obsessed with her lawn. She had this perfect manicured, edged, perfect lawn. Not a blade of grass was ever turning yellow. If you stepped on her grass, she would be out the door yelling at you, screaming, get off my grass. This is my property and blah, blah, blah. And it's lady, you don't own this from the sidewalk out. That's city property, and that's where we play football, and that's what we do. We're kids, and she never could get the hang of it. Well, years went by, man, of her just abusing us and yelling at us, and we hated her, she hated us, but there was always that little love there that you didn't want to push the little old lady too far, So one day we're we got to get even with her. What can we do? So my one buddy goes, let's get a gallon of bleach and write fuck you on her grass with it. I'm like, no, we can't do that. That would be mean and cruel. And they were like, well, why don't we just do a bleach thing and do a smiley face in her front lawn? No, we can't do that. We can't damage her property. That's wrong. You know what I mean? We're gentlemen about this, but we got to do something to just fuck with her, So we came up with a plan. We went to Ace Hardware and we bought a tree. So we waited one night. We waited till one night at about 3 a.m. We met at my house. We got the shovels and we planted the tree in her front yard. And then we went back to my house.
Did you call Julie first?
No, we did not. That would have given away if she would have saw the flags.
Yeah.
So we planted this tree in her yard, and we did a beautiful job, mind you. I mean, we even put the wood mulch around the bottom of it, And we went back to my house because we knew, at 5 a.m, she got up to get her paper. So sure enough, like clockwork, we're in my basement with the front window open, and we're staring through the evergreens, and we see her porch light go on. And we see her walk out there to go get her newspaper that got delivered at 5:28 in the morning. And she walks out of the porch, and then she bends down to get her paper, and then she just stops, and she looks up. There's a tree on her front lawn. So she picks up the paper. She puts the paper on the windowsill. She walks down. She grabs the tree. She shakes the tree. She, puts her hand in the mulch and, feels the mulch. And she just couldn't, and she just stared at it for literally 20 minutes. She just stared at this tree that magically appeared in the middle of the night with mulch.
Well,
we
that's doing
never
something
told
nice.
anybody about it. And I was back there, God, about a year ago. I was doing sales calls in that area, and I went to go look at my old house and everything. That little tree now, that was like a little 3-foot tree from Ace Hardware over on 55th and Kedzie, is now like a 50-foot big, thick monster tree that's like in front of that house. Pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the nicest anybody has ever done for her.
That,
She was.
I do have to say that took a lot of money and effort.
No, it was.
To get back to a lady.
It was about $16 between 4 guys, so it was like $4 a guy. You know.
A lot of effort.
Yeah, the gallon of bleach would have been cheaper, but
Right.
And easier.
Well, it's funny that you say that. Now, I lived across the street from a
Really?
guy that was. He wasn't hated, but he wasn't well liked by quite a few of the kids in the neighborhood. And of course, just like you with the grass, this guy, loved his grass, but he took care of it. He cut it once a week, blah, blah, blah. It was green, he fertilized it. Nothing great. He wasn't out there, dandelion, oh my God. But he did have a good lawn. And, I never had any problems with him. Never got yelled at him by anything, what have you. Thank God. My dad would kick my ass. But for some reason, he got mad at one of my friends that didn't even live on the block. And my friend took care of him. And he put gasoline in his grass and wrote, Joe, you suck. Fuck you. And burned it into his grass. And Joe went out there, took every letter out, and replaced it with sod.
nice.
Didn't even like blink at it. Just like, yep, okay, here we go. And
that's funny.
And the guy that did it came back and went, what the hell happened? Because we saw it all the one day, and the next day it was completely gone.
That's funny.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Oh, this old lady, she was mean. We used to, your kids, you're playing hide and seek, you're running through the gangways and everything. She would take the hose, where you turn the hose, she would take the key off, so it would just be the spike sticking out.
Right.
And we would cut ourselves. Like, I had to get 7 stitches in my arm one time because of her. She took the thing off when I was running, and I got pushed, and I hit her hose nozzle, and it ripped my arm open.
Well, when I did have one of those, and his name was Frank, and he was 2 doors down from my house on the same side of the street, and everybody did everything they could possibly do to, piss this guy off, and I was included in a few because, here's the kicker: if you rode on the sidewalk, your bike on the sidewalk, he'd yell at you. I'm a 7-year-old, no house, walking a dog motherfucker, and you're going to yell at me for riding my bike on the sidewalk, okay? So one day, I had just got freshly yelled at by him, and I don't know where this came from, and I don't know how it worked out to my favor, but I walked over to him, and I said, I don't know his last name. I just knew Frank. And I said, Frank, why are you doing this? Why do you do this? We do nothing wrong. We don't ride on your grass. We ride on the sidewalk. Why do you do this? For what purpose what do you get out of doing this? I said, I can understand if we vandalized your home. I can understand if we did things to your grass. None of us do that, and you yell at every one of us. Looked at me, said, I'm sorry, and never yelled at us again.
Wow.
I was like, okay, how do you go from, and like I said, I was probably around 10 or 12 years old at the time.
You humbled them. Humbled them.
But yeah, I did nothing but tell the truth to him.
Yeah.
Because no one ever did anything to him.
You should have threw dog shit in his yard.
In a wonder bag.
Yeah. Oh, also too, those, remember the gardening spades? Like, it's got they're like long, and it's like and then it goes into a triangle, and it's like grooved. It's like this, like shaped like this kind of.
Yeah.
To dig out weeds?
Yeah. Oh, those make excellent dog shit launchers. Because of the length and the curvature of it, it cradles the dog shit. and when you fling it, it gets that extra whoosh. It gets that extra inertia to it. You can launch a turd with those, man. It's
So I'm not going to give anyone ideas because I have a bunch
Things
of
you learn on our show.
lacrosse nets at home, and
It might seep through. It's going to be solid.
Yeah, it's got to be solid. It's
yeah. But
gotta
what
be
are
solid.
those? Remember when we were kids? They had those. I don't know. You came with a couple balls, and you had two great big hooked things that threw the ball when you just it had a
Oh,
handle.
yeah. Those are actually like a sport. I can't remember what it's
Zim
called.
Zam?
I have no idea what they call them, but man, you can throw a ball like 700 meters. 700 meters. What the hell am I?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh no, I'm over here in Ireland. 700 meters.
Have another potato.
That's right.
I know. We had those. I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
And they were like wiffle balls.
Yeah.
And you could like, depending on how you threw it, you can make a curve one way or
Right.
sink or I had those.
And the thing that threw it was
yeah.
really curved.
Yep.
But no, I know.
Oh, that's that high-a-lie, it's called. Like it's a curve thing, and they play like it's almost.
But
like
this
a
wasn't.
lacrosse
This
game.
was a.
That's what I thought he was talking about, but this was actually like
It's a toy.
like
okay.
lawn darts, jarts.
Oh, I still got mine.
I wish I had
At my
mine.
mom's. We got the spikes too. I got to live dangerously with the spikes on.
I think ours are still stuck in my grandma's tree. We would get a circle. We'd start playing like the normal game. And then after a while, we would get bored. So we all would get in a circle and we'd go 1, 2, 3. And whoever had the strongest arm that was in the circle would just launch it up in the air. And my grandmother had 3 humongous maple trees. And it would go ping, ping, ping all around. And you had no clue where that thing was going.
And they had metal ends, so
Yep.
So you're the reason they got banned.
One of them, yeah.
Yep.
what I would like to see is the actual statistics of any one of us kids getting hit. Because I don't know of anyone that ever
None
got
of
hurt
us.
by those.
I do know somebody that got one through the foot. I do
Well,
know
then he
somebody
should have
that
run
took
in
one through the
faster.
foot.
Right.
Well, he was standing by the circle and he didn't move. It was his fault.
Well,
Oh.
okay.
you know?
It's right on the instructions.
Right.
Yeah.
Run.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's like fireworks. Light fuse and get away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but
I'm
I
gonna
mean-
hold it in my hand.
No, I mean, but we used to throw them up in the air to see who would get hit.
Right. Well, we used to throw them at each other. So I mean,
Yeah.
You guys.
Well, that was also-
dog shit
and
at
if,
each other,
and
too.
if you didn't move, well,
got
you
dog-
paid the price.
You
that
got
was
dog
like
shit thrown at you.
Yeah, and that was like the breaking the stick off of the bottle rockets.
Oh, we loved him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what other? Oh, we used to do the Roman candle chases.
Oh well, we one year, my neighbor, we got in her friend group and my friend group did not like each other, and so it was 4th of July and we were sitting on my porch, right, and her friend group started like shooting fireworks, and so my friend group was like, not to be outdone, we returned fire. Now this is like, mind you, there's my house, then there's the Ryan house, and then there's her house and the front porches, right? So we lobbied fireworks back and forth, couple bottle rockets, Roman candles, stupid shit. And then I got off the porch and I'm like, hey man, I go, we got to chill out. My dog's out here now, and we're gonna have a couple cocktails and we're gonna call it a night. So they're like, oh fuck you, and I'm like, no man, I'm serious. I go, if you hit my dog, we're gonna have a serious problem. So we had Pepper out on there. My mom and dad are sitting out there. All of a sudden, man, a bottle rocket comes flying like right over the dog's head. And I stood up, and before I could stood up, this dude, Glenn, started walking over there, and the guy comes walking out. He goes, and what you going to do about it? And Glenn didn't even talk. Glenn just, pow! Well, it was like a baseball game, man. Both porches just converged on one another. People were punching, bouncing heads off cars. And then I remember I was coming down my gangway, and this guy like punched me in the chest, and I looked at him, and I had a pack of firecrackers, and I lit them, and I tossed them, and he caught them. And then they all went off in his hand. Like, it was just instinct for him. He catches the pack of firecrackers, and I'm laughing my ass off as he's like, ah! His hands are all burned and shit. And so we just, literally, we beat the shit out of them. And then we went back to the porch, and we continued to drink our Bartles and James orange wine coolers. And we were laughing hysterically. And they're like sitting in a powwow on the porch, all pissed off that they just got their asses kicked. That was like the best 4th of July.
Well, it's, back then that type of action was normal everywhere.
Oh, you know what though? But once it was over,
It was over.
It was over. Like we got to the point where they knew they weren't winning this fight. We were way meaner and tougher than they were, and they pissed us off with the dog thing because we told them it's about the dog. It's not about us. We'll sit here and shoot shit with you all night long, but don't hit the dog.
Right.
And they almost hit the dog, so it became personal at that point. So, but yeah, it was that kind of thing though, where you were like, once it was over though, it was over. And guess what? The following week they pulled up. We never fucking trashed their cars or talked shit after that. We would just wave at them or sometimes just flip them the bird, just do that, flip us off. And it'd be like, oh, fuck you. Things were different back then. There were no grudges. Nobody came back with a gun,
No. And speaking of that, now I was never involved with this at all. I kind of missed it. I wish I would have done it back then. But they used to have condiment wars. Okay. And the ironic thing, here's the really ironic thing, is where they used to have the condiment wars was our street and then right down the street from your house.
Man.
And we didn't even know you. So here's the thing. A friend of ours, which will remain nameless because, yeah, he's a geek. He wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer, and he always had these great ideas. And this is one of the reasons that I was never involved in this, but a couple of my very close friends were. Let's put it this way. The guy that I am speaking of came to my house just to, talk or, what have you. And I have a long front porch, and as we're sitting on the front porch, he is sitting on the stoop, and there's probably 3 feet between the two of us, and out of nowhere this bird comes around the front of the house, swoops around, and shits right on him.
Nice.
I mean,
nice.
Underneath, you got to remember it's a covered porch, or got to know it's a covered porch, and that bird just a perfect aim. So all and I'm not really paying attention. All I hear is, what the heck? Oh, I gotta go home. Well, okay, so I'm laughing at this point because
it's funny.
It's funny.
Oh, God.
And as he's running home, he's running like he's got a potato chip stuck up his ass.
Oh, I got a funny bird story.
Well, hang on. So he gets in his car and he goes down to the neighbor's house and picks up his friend, and then they go to another friend's house and pick up this guy, and they go back and they load up Ziploc bags full of condiment combinations, and they take off. And I'm like, where the hell are they going? I have no idea what they're doing. All of a sudden they come back and they're loading up again. Okay, well, obviously one of my friends came over and told me that, oh man, we just got them really good, and we got about 10 of them. They're all soaked in these condiments and everything else. Okay, do what you're gonna do, man. Now they're in a Volkswagen Bug, about a 73 or 74 Volkswagen Bug, with a painted interior because he didn't like the color.
Nice.
So they load up, and they're getting ready to. They're on the street, and this guy that I'm talking about, potato chip ass over here, is not driving his own car. He's sitting in the passenger seat, and they concocted a great big bag of condiments, and they're just going to do a great big drive-by bombing. Okay, so he tells my buddy, he says, okay, drive slow. I'm going to hang out the window and I'm going to launch this. So the driver's like, okay. So he starts slowing down. And you know how a Volkswagen Bug is when they're going slow, too slow for the gear to, be engaged, and it's jerking the car. Well, he's doing that because he's trying to go slow. And this other guy's yelling at him, "Hey man, push on the clutch, push on the clutch."
And it's sputtering.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, so he gets it going just about right, and this guy hangs out the window like this. He just gets out the window, and they launch the most horrific combination of condiments, shit, and the other.
Wow.
Okay, it hits the pillar of the Volkswagen Bug, shatters, and it was glass. And it shatters. And my buddy that was driving said all he did was sit back in the car and said, "Drive home." He was loaded, and he had glasses. So when he took the glasses off,
Oh, jeez.
but all he was able to say was, "Drive home." He didn't even
Nice.
launch the bag. So what's your bird story?
That's funny. Oh, well, we used to work with, when I worked at West Loop Auto Body, we used to have Grossinger Toyota down the street. And I'll refer to this guy as Monty. And Monty used to call me with like the stupidest shit. And he would be like, "Dude, you got to come down here today. You got to come down here." Like one day he calls me up. He's like, "Hey," he goes, you busy?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm busy. And, you know, the owners are here today. Well, what's up?" You got to come down there. Tell them you got to do an estimate." I'm like, "Well, why? What you got going on?" "There's a dead body by the back door, I think." And I was like, "Huh?" I'm like, "No, there's not. No, man. You got to come down here. You got to check this out." I go, "Why don't you call the cops?" "I'm not calling the cops. It's a dead body. They're going to think we did something." I'm like, Monty, shut up. So I go down there, go to the back door. Sure enough, dead homeless guy. Must have OD'd or something sitting by the back door. Well, he calls me up one time. And he used to call me like for the stupidest stuff. Like he would call me up and he'd be like, "Hey, you got to come down here. You got to see this customer. She shit her pants, and I'm going to make sure she has to buy the car now because she shit her pants in the car." I'm like, "Monty, nobody shit their pants in the car." "Oh, no, she shit her pants." So I would go down there, and this woman literally shit her pants in a Toyota Corolla, and Monty's standing there telling her, he's like, "You're buying this car now. We're not cleaning this car. This is your car now." And she walked down and she drove out of there with her brand new Corolla with shitty seat. Yeah, he was nuts. He was an absolute nut job. And so he calls me up one day. He's like, "Hey, man, you got to see this." He goes, "The yuppies. You like yuppies?" I'm like, "Not particular." He goes,
Like,
you got to see this, man. They're getting shredded by these two fucking birds across the street." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Hey, just get down here." So I'm like making an excuse to get down there, and I'm walking down the street, and all of a sudden he's standing out front. He's got 2 cups of coffee, and he's got 2 smokes, and he's like, he hands me the cup of coffee, he lights a cigarette, and hands me the cigarette. He's like, "Watch this. This is fucking hilarious." So we're watching this tree, right? And I'm like, "It's a tree, Monty. What's going on?" He's like, No, wait for the idiot." So sure enough, some dude in a suit, a 3-piece suit, and Monty would make a comment about this suit, like, "Look at this fucking guy. He has to wear a suit every day, fucking piece of shit." And all of a sudden, these 2 birds come flying out of the tree, and they just start pecking the fucking head on the guy. they just attack. And the dude's like screaming, briefcase flies in the air, dude's running, screaming, Monty's sitting there. He's like, "Oh, wait for it. There comes another one." And he goes, "Oh, this is going to be good. There's a fat guy in a suit." And sure enough, man, these birds, they must have been mating or something or protecting the nest, but they would just swarm on anybody who walked past this tree. And it was hilarious, man. Yeah, I miss those days. And those were the days when, like, you actually had fun at work and you actually had camaraderie with people from, like, other places and stuff. But he used to call me, like, with the stupid, like, he would call me and be like, "Hey, dude, you got to see this blonde. It's in the service department." He goes, I'm gonna make sure we take a little extra long on the oil change so you can come check her out." I'm like, "Dude, I can't come down there to just check out a blonde." "Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can."
I love it. You guys are so great.
Well, this guy, he was Italian, and he used to have on his desk, he had a picture of him and one of his wife's black friends, like with his arm around her, like, and they're sitting like in chair, like this really like romantic looking pose. And nobody, like, we used to see this picture all the time. Well, one day we were in there, and I think it was like a Christmas party or something, and his actual wife comes in, and we're like, "Dude, are you going to hide the picture of you and the black chick?" He goes, "Oh, you know why I got that?" We're like, "No, why?" He goes, "Well, when I get these asshole customers that pull the race card," he goes, "I tell them, you are the reason why interracial marriages like mine don't work. And he shows him the picture and makes him feel like shit. Oh yeah, he was hilarious. And he was so funny, man. I wonder if this guy's still in that car business, because he was awesome. But he had this picture I'll never forget. It was one of his girl his wife worked with, and he like thought this out and was like, I'm going to take a picture with this lady, have it on my desk, and when people pull the race card on me, because they'd be like, you're just doing this because I'm black, and it'd be like, you're the reason why interracial marriages like mine don't work, and he'd show the picture.
Okay, I'll buy the car.
Yeah. Yeah, he was something else. Those guys were funny. I'll never forget the one day with the dead body. You gotta come down here. I think there's a dead dude by the back door. What do you want me to do? I'm from the body shop. What do you want me to put Bondo on him? I mean,
There you go. Body shop.
hey, we were Pasalias, but we weren't like that kind of Pasalia where we make bodies disappear,
Right.
you know?
So, I'm sure you heard that. It reminds me of something.
Lou, take it from here. Banshee Defense.
Got nothing.
You got nothing. BansheeDefense.com. All your gun and trigger needs. All your uppers, lowers, right side, left side slings, muzzle suppressors.
He's got his trigger for you.
When is he going to get into suppressor? I want a suppressor.
Well, when it's legal for him to sell.
Yeah. How come we can't have suppressors in Illinois?
I don't know. Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. You know, I was watching.
Why can't we have ARs in Illinois?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, that
Because
makes
they're
no sense.
scary.
Well, because they kill people.
I'm kicking myself. I should have bought a 6-hour. They had a really nice AR pistol right before that ban went into effect over at range 355 or whatever.
Yeah. Well, then.
And then they actually had a class where you build your own.
Oh,
Like
that,
they give you all the parts and you build your own. You can modify it to a certain extent, like kind of like the Disney lightsaber thing, but with an AR pistol.
right.
Disney's not going to sell that.
No. It was, I mean, they're fun, man.
They are.
It's fun.
And they're no more dangerous than any other weapon.
No, matter of fact, they're probably less dangerous than most weapons because people get hurt, I think, a lot more with handguns than they do AR-15s, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, they can get killed by anything, and that I guess that doesn't count.
See, we should just ban guns altogether and just go back to flinging shit at people.
You and that shit today.
You could have a class on that.
I could. I was an expert, man, back
shit
in the day.
flinging concealed carry.
Hey, that'll humble you, man. You get nailed in the chest with a bag of shit. That makes you think twice about what you're doing. It makes you reevaluate your life a little bit.
It sure does. All right,
Especially if
gentlemen.
it comes out of nowhere and you're in your yard cutting your grass and all of a sudden a wonder bag of shit just comes and hits you in the back of the head.
I wonder what hit me.
Yeah, you're reevaluating your life choices at that point, my friend.
All I did was over here cutting my grass, and shit falls on my head.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen.
I have something that I
Uh-oh.
just thought of.
I don't know.
VD?
There you go, thinking
Huh?
again.
VD?
Yes. I saw it on the news yesterday, so I figured I would throw it out there and let you guys know. If you guys didn't, I know you guys don't usually watch the news, right?
You're pregnant?
Yes.
It's your kid, Ed.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No, so
I knew he shouldn't have sat
You know,
on my lap at Christmas.
you know that's what you get for like posting the AI Christmas videos.
Yeah.
The officer that was killed the other day by the moron in the hospital. O'Reilly's daughter, the bar,
Yes.
not an actual daughter for you guys out there, is having a benefit for the family. And supposedly they've done this multiple times for firefighters, fallen officers, all kinds of first responders that
Yeah,
have
they actually
passed.
are pretty good at that.
So it's this Friday. I won't be able to go because I have to work. And they're selling T-shirts. And all the money goes to the family.
Oh, very nice.
And if you do not go to get a T-shirt on the day, when they run out of T-shirts, you could go to, I'm guessing it's O'Reilly's daughter's website, and they have a virtual shop that you could actually buy the T-shirts from.
Oh, very nice.
Can you just walk in and grab them?
Yeah, but it's like the benefits on Friday.
Oh, okay.
So once they run out on Friday, they said they're going to throw it on a virtual store. So if you don't get one at the bar, then you could shop online.
Okay. Like, can you walk in there tomorrow on Thursday and buy one or no?
I don't know. Probably not.
Which reminds
For
me,
them.
I do have to correct my incorrect information last time. I said that both officers had passed. No, it was just the one. The other one was critically wounded, and I have not heard any updates as to his condition at this point. So sorry about the bad information. Wrong information, not bad, just wrong. So I do correct myself on that. But however, one officer did lose his life.
Yeah, did you see the backstory on the judge who let that piece of
Yeah.
excrement out of jail several times?
Moron.
The guy was a violent criminal.
Dude, he had like 7, 8, 9 federal charges since he was like 13 years old.
When I was working there, he had come through quite a few times.
Yep.
How many chances do you get?
And I didn't realize it because of his name, but when I saw the picture, I went, wow, I had seen him multiple times.
Yeah, they're still being hush-hush about the whole circumstance behind it. Like, did he get one of the cops' guns? Did he smuggle one in? Did they?
I heard that he smuggled one in.
Yeah, that's the same thing I heard as well. But again, it really hasn't been confirmed and probably won't be for a while.
Right. So the part that I kind of chuckled about on his backstory is he had all these federal charges since he was like 13 years old. And he never did time.
Federal or just charges?
No, they were federal ones.
How are they federal?
Like armed robbery and I don't know what they were, but that's what they said on the news.
Okay, armed robbery is not federal charge.
And what would it be?
It would be a local charge.
Oh. Well, I don't know what
Federal
I don't know
means-
what the charges were. They didn't really go down the list.
Unless he did armed robbery in a bank.
But the judge said when he was younger that kids, adolescents, whatever, their minds aren't completely developed, and he just made bad choices. And
Yeah, well, the state
One
of
of
Illinois
the
made a bad
late-
choice by appointing you a judge.
one of the later ones, he said something like he's got a family and a child, and it looks like, his mind's actually developed correctly. And then he went out and carjacked somebody prior to what happened with the police officers.
Yeah.
That was what the ankle monitor was for.
Yeah, any way you look at it, it's wrong. They need to start doing some real convictions.
Well,
Tying.
what needs to happen, and I don't know if anybody's done this, and I might actually do this myself, is start one of those petition sites for that judge to recuse and resign, because that judge needs to resign. A cop died because of your stupidity and your idiot liberal policies, and you need to resign. You need to step down. A life was lost because of you.
Right, and I believe that should happen at any time that these judges feel that because they do in the courtroom have ultimate power, high and mighty. I believe that they need to be held accountable for it.
If my daughter makes a mistake at her job, somebody doesn't get a bag of French fries with their hot dog, this guy makes a mistake, people die, and that's what happened here. The accountability needs to be there, and he really does. He should really take a look at himself and say, you know what, I am not fit to do this job. But their ego is getting away of it.
And at one point when I was on the job, the sheriff's department was responsible for electronic monitoring. They did the entire investigation, whether that person can go out, whether that person belongs, even, being considered, everything. And the court had taken it from the sheriff and made it their decision whether they can go out on EM or of the like. And it's gone downhill ever since.
Yeah. Yep. Like a lot of things in Illinois and Cook County.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it wasn't, and it is not a perfect system. However, when the sheriff's department was in charge of it and made the decisions whether who goes and who stays, it was far more controlled and watched. So if someone did break the bracelet, they knew it and they were on it. Then they started taking manpower away from them, and you would have one officer responsible for 200 EM people out there. And how is that possible?
Yep.
So then the courts took over and just completely ruined it. And this is the consequence.
Yep. Well, on that note, let's wrap it up. Another one in the books.
Oh yeah. Wonderful evening, guys. Great stories. Enjoyed this evening.
Don't fling poo at people.
Oh, no,
Unless you have a Wonder Bag.
Unless you have a Wonder Bag.
Right.
It's all about the distance.
Yeah. Velocity.
And the strength of the bag.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, those old Wonder Bags. Those are strong.
yeah.
Those are good bags.
Why they were called Wonder.
Yep.
They didn't let air in.
Yep.
Wonder how they got that shit over there.
Yepers.
All right. All right, gentlemen. So another night in the books, and y'all have a good evening, and we'll talk to you next time.
Signing off.
I'm Mike.
I'm Lou.
I'm Ed.
No, you're not. You lie.
My name is Reggie.
That was wrong. But
What is it? Oh, I love those
Deuces.
commercials. Deuces.